So let us talk about how you may need to apply the Pythagoras theorem to avoid the obstacles. In most cases, you do activities, and when you do the activities, you may find obstacles along the way where you are working. For example, you may be working along this path here. Maybe, suppose the work you are doing is measuring a straight distance from this point maybe to this point. But as you measure that distance along this path, there is an obstacle. Obviously, because there is an obstacle, you cannot measure the straight path through this obstacle. So you need to avoid it, and then you continue your measurement of what? Your measurement of the straight distance that you are measuring. So this is how you will do it with the Pythagoras theorem. Suppose you were measuring a straight path, and along the path, suppose you found an obstacle, which is a house like this. So suppose the path was maybe from point A to point B, maybe to point C, maybe to another point here, say G. So what you would do would be to measure this portion, and then, because you cannot pass through this obstacle, you would have to construct a right angle at this portion here, so that this portion will avoid this house. But remember, your aim is to measure from this point up to this point, not through this diversion here, maybe through point, you may call this point H. Your aim was not to go through this path, it was to go straight away along the path where the obstacle is. So suppose this distance maybe is 15, and this maybe is 10, and this is 8, and maybe this is 5. Say they are kilometers. You may say both these are kilometers. In order to find this distance from here up to here, the straight path from A to G, you need to first find this distance here, BC. In that case, you have a right triangle, which you may call it triangle, this triangle here, HBC. So you apply the Pythagoras here, BH square plus HC square equals to BC square. Sum of the squares of the adjacent equals to the square of the hypotenuse. In this case, BH is 10 kilometers, if you remember, BH 10 kilometers, HC 8 kilometers, and BC is what we are looking. So you take 10 square plus, this is 10 square centimeters, plus HC, I mean kilometers, and this is 8 kilometer square equals to BC square, giving you 100 centimeter square plus 64. These are kilometers. Kilometer square equals to BC square. Adding these two, you get 164 kilometer squares equals to BC square. So because you want to get length BC, you simply square on the left and the right. This will cancel. You'll end up getting 164 kilometers. Kilometers square, when simplified, you simply get kilometers. So distance BC, which is this distance here, is 64 square kilometers. I mean, it's square root of 164 kilometers. So because the aim is to find this distance from A to G, so the required distance now will be AB. Remember, this point here is B, then plus BC, then plus CG. In this case, AB is 15 kilometers, BC is 164 square kilometers, and CG is 5 kilometers. You can add these two here, you get 20 kilometers. But this can be simplified. 164. Let us check if you can simplify. By 2, this is 8, 2. By 2 again, you get 41. So this is 2 times 2 times 41 kilometers. And this is going to be 20 kilometers plus 2, 41 square root kilometers. And this is going to be 20 kilometers plus 2 times the square root of 41 kilometers. And this is the distance that you were looking for. In fact, this can be written as 20 plus 2, 41 square root bracket kilometers. So this is how you can avoid obstacles, by using the Pythagoras Theorem.